Take 10 minutes out of your life, go look in the mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes, look at yourself, and decide, are you a fucking loser? Because if you're a fucking loser, you can go read and watch a bunch of shit about motivation to try and convince yourself to do a little bit of work. Or are you a winner? Because if you're a winner, you don't give a fuck how you feel. Work needs doing and it must be done.
The best option, the best thing to do is still to get up, be an adult, control your emotions, be stoic, and do the things you're supposed to do day after day. Laying in bed and doing nothing is never going to be the best option. The best option is still to go to the gym, to work hard, to run your business, and to be successful.
I think the universe is absolutely and utterly giving. I've never seen anybody dedicate themselves to something completely and fail. I've never seen somebody eat right, go to the gym every day, train really hard, and not do bullshit.
I don't believe there's a person on the planet who pays attention, tries their best, is never lazy, is on time, works hard, has a mentor, and is giving it his all, who isn't rich. I don't believe it. I think that if you do all those things, you're rich. And if you don't have any money, you're missing one of those key elements. Now, you can fool yourself and you can fool everyone else and you can pretend you're doing them, but if you're truly honest with yourself, am I finding people who are trying to teach me what I want to know? And am I trying? And the answer is fucking no every time. Feeling depressed is real. Depression as a disease, I do not subscribe to. The idea, I believe, that if you feel depressed, something is depressing you, and you should try your best to fix it. You should take control of your life and do your best. The idea, but they don't say that. They don't talk that. They say depression like it's this magic thing that comes out the sky and it gets in your brain. You're sad no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it, and you need to only take pills. And I think that's a very bad way to look at the world, and that's a bad idea to subscribe to. And if you start to feel depressed, let's say your girl leaves you, you start to feel depressed, but you believe in the idea of depression, you're now going to start diagnosing yourself as clinically depressed, self-hypnosing yourself into hypnotizing yourself into being clinically depressed. And it's amazing how you can speak things into existence. I cannot become depressed because I don't believe in it. So it doesn't matter. We're talking about the different positions on the chessboard. But if the rules of the game remain the same, regardless of the position you're still trying to win, you still have to do the same things. So does it even matter at this point? If you come along and say he's depressed because of X, and he's depressed because of Y, he's depressed because of Z, and the answer to all of them is still the same thing.
Look how much more training I have done.
All I know,
by simply
what I will
starting
say, as a matter of fact, is this world is hyper-competitive, especially as a man. Most men are walking through life and they don't realize that it's constant competition. I was driving here, even as I was driving, I was sitting out the window, and all these people just walking around. One of them had a croissant. One of them was dressed like a dickhead because it's London.
That was my philosophy.
We've all seen them.
Moron. Some of the dude just talking shit on the phone. Some of the guy with headphones in, waiting to be fucking murdered, wouldn't even hear it coming. And all these NPCs, I'm just looking at them going, do they realize they're in endless, constant competition? Every single pound they want, someone else wants. Every single girl they want, someone else wants. There are people like me out there. I will destroy. You could get all 30 of them in a room, and I will sit by myself and absolutely annihilate them in any single metric. And they're just sitting there just floundering and wandering through life, unaware of how competitive the world is.
And whinging how unfair it is.
How unfair it is. And this is my point. If the world is truly that competitive, you do not have time to be depressed because it's a non-competitive mind state. You could be depressed for X, Y, Z, whatever. I'm not depressed. And I want the money you want, and I want the girl you want, and I want the status you want, and the car you want, and the house you want. And I'm going to get it, and you're fucking not. I truthfully believe that the universe is a very giving place.
At the house, and I would go to practice with my father.
Airy fairy, but I truthfully believe that the universe is a giving place.
I'd sit and watch games with him.
And that if you
a lot of things I learned by being around
how much you want.
So by the age of 6, I was already strategizing versus other 6-year-olds.
And that level of stress you.
At the age of 6, I figured out 6-year-olds couldn't dribble with their left hand.
That's the amount you're prepared to accept.
I was playing these 6-year-old kids. I would make them dribble with their left because I knew they couldn't.
So even my level of wealth.
They dribble off their foot, pick it up, lay it up.
Like most people are not mentally prepared for the bullshit.
At 6 years old, I had 63 points.
The number one factor that's going to decide how successful you are as a person is your
things to learn from
stress level. The better you are at dealing with stress, the more problems you can fix, the more money you're going to make. So you have to decide where on that scale. Because you could just be homeless and have no stress. You could be a brokey and be on the dole and just, I'm broke, but nothing really troubles me. So you have to decide on that level where you want, how much stress you can possibly absorb as a man. And then if you truly want that level, you're going to get it. I believe any man can make anything they want depending. Any one of you here, I have no idea how much money you're making, but if you were to say, you know what, I'm throwing away my relationship, I'm throwing away my social life, I'm going ham,
I played a lot of different sports.
I don't care what they do to me, I'm going to go and I'm going to make it. You'd make a bunch of money, but there's a bunch of garbage that comes with it. So you have to decide, right? I sit here as a billionaire, and I sit and say, I will teach you how to make money online, anybody, 18 modern wealth creation methods, 14 modern money, I'll teach you. And people will sit there in their brutal arrogance, as a broke with no money, and go, Yeah, but
I had goals.
can he
I
really
had
teach me?
expectations. and things
I have
wanted to
everything you've ever
accomplish.
fucking dreamed
the
of.
outside world,
I have all the money. You have
could
nothing.
not
And you're
meet
so
that.
arrogant
Sure.
that
You
you
know, I
believe
knew I
you
wanted
know
to
more
win
than me, or that you
5,
can do it
6,
without
7
me, or that
championships.
I don't know how
That
to
was my
teach
goal.
you.
For me
The
to come out and
arrogance
say that,
of
people
people
think
is
I was
truly
lunatic.
mind-bending. If
You
you
know,
know
so
so much,
no matter what they
you
said or
obviously
what they
don't know.
threw at
If I
me, my
wanted to learn how to
expectations
box,
were certainly
I
higher.
wouldn't walk into a
But
boxing gym,
you
find a guy who can
can't
box, and
control
go,
that
yeah, you know,
passion, man.
not bad,
Sometimes
but
you
can he
gotta have a
really
fire.
punch? Like, this is how
You
people
need to-
think when it comes to money.
keep those
You
flames.
guys are all
Yeah, man,
successful
nothing
enough.
you
You
can
can
do
sit there
about
and
it.
say,
Like,
look, I do
you don't
X,
really
Y, Z.
have
I
much
have
of a
X, Y, Z.
choice.
You don't
Like,
have it.
you wake up in the morning and you go.
Do you
Even
want
if
to learn how to
tried
play piano
dial
from
it
the
back,
piano teacher, or do you want to sit
it'll
there
just
as
build
an
up and
arrogant
build up,
broken?
and then
Most
it'll
people
just,
are
like,
brutally
come out
arrogant,
10 times
and you can
worse
sit
than
there
it
and you
was.
can try and help them, and they're just
Can't
so
really
arrogant.
control
They
it.
think, oh, I can do it
There's a
myself, or
quote
I'll
from,
work it out
one of my
myself. I don't
English
need
teachers,
help.
Lord
And it's
Marion,
arrogance, and it keeps them at the
Mr.
bottom.
Fisk.
Everything great that's happened to
He
me
had
in
a
my
great
life,
quote
someone
that said,
taught me.
"Rest at
I had a
the end, not
kickboxing
in the
coach.
middle."
My dad was my chess coach. You
That's
get
something
taught
I always
things.
live by.
To sit there and think you're too good to
I'm not going
learn.
to rest. I'm going to keep
Well,
on
this is the
pushing
problem.
that.
Most people
a
are
lot of
broke.
answers.
Most people are broke
that
because
I
they're
don't
arrogant.
have.
It's the
Or
truth.
even
It's nothing to do with how
questions
stupid they
that I
are.
don't
They're just
have.
arrogant people.
But I'm just
So
gonna
if
keep
you
going.
love your family
Just gonna keep
and you
going,
love your
and I'll
last
figure
name
these
and
things
you're
out as we
proud
go,
of yourself,
right? You just
then
continue
you
to
have a
build
duty
that
to be
way.
massively monumentally successful to show
had a kill
homage to your
list.
ancestors. I find it amazing
So,
there are people out here
they
today
used to do
who are going to
these
sit and say, oh, I'm
rankings,
sad, I'm
Street
too
Smith
depressed, I don't want to work
basketball
hard. Do you
rankings.
understand that
And I
only
was nowhere
200
to
years
be
ago
found
there were
because I was
peasants
like
out
6'4",
working
scrawny,
the fields,
like
starving,
160 pounds soaking
surviving
wet.
the Black
So I
Death,
was like
surviving the plague,
57
struggling to
on the list.
exist just to reproduce,
So I would
so
look
that
at
200
56,
years later you
55,
can be the
all the way up
end
to
of their
number one,
bloodline.
who
You
these
just sit on your
players are,
ass and do fucking nothing. Like,
club
you're
teams they
fucked up.
played for.
You're fucking up
So
your
when we go on
entire
an AAU
bloodline of
travel
your entire
circuit,
ancestry.
I
All
gotta
these
hunt them
people
down.
think you must. They
Right?
went
And
through
so that
hell for
became
you to
my mission
exist.
in high
You
school.
have a debt. You have a
Just to
duty to
check
pay.
off every
You have to
other
be the best
person,
possible version
all
of
those
yourself.
56 other
And the same
names,
to God. God
hunt them
loves people
down
who
and knock them
try.
down.
God loves people
So
who
when we
work
played at
hard.
13, I would
It's
size
amazing
you
if you
up
try your
and
very
see what
best
your
all the
strengths and
time, what
weaknesses
God
are.
will give you.
How do you
He'll
approach
give
the
it to
game? Are
you.
you
And if
silly
you
about
want,
it? Are you
if you
goofy
actually
about it?
try.
Are you good at it
Not
just because you're
convincing
bigger and
yourself to
stronger
try.
than everybody
Actually
else?
try. They're different
Right? Or
things.
is there
But yeah, I
actually
was
thought
instilled
and
with this
skill
because
that
from a
you
young
put
age, my dad
into
said, you're a tape, and tapes are
And when
the
I
greatest
play,
people
I'd
on the
play
face
to
of the
my
planet.
weaknesses.
And there's going to be a day I'm not here
When I play
anymore,
to
and they're
my
going to talk
strengths, I
about me
play to
because of
my
how
weaknesses.
fantastic you are.
Because when you're
So go do
playing
your
summer
fucking job.
basketball, there's
Said,
so
yes,
many
sir.
games.
And here I am.
There's
One of the
not a lot
most
of skill work being
terrifying,
done.
but
So when are
also
you going to get better?
gratifying things of life
I
as a
was
man
working on
is
the
that we're
things
all
during those
born
games that I was
relatively
weak
valueless.
at.
I don't think
Left
women are born
hand,
that way. A woman,
pull up
if
jump
she's
shot,
born, especially if she's
post
attractive, has
game.
innate value.
So I have a
People just
strategy.
want her no matter what. But as a man,
How
if
did
you're not
you
an
get
important man,
mentally
nobody gives a fuck about
and
you. They're never
emotionally
going to
so
care.
strong
So you
where
have to
it
build
doesn't bother
yourself
you?
from the ground up,
Well,
and that's scary for a
you know,
lot of
it's
people.
you got to
It's
look at
also
the
a massive
reality of the
opportunity. You can
situation.
decide if
You
you
know,
want to
like
be a
for
famous
me, it's
musician
not. You know,
or a nice
you
sensitive
kind of got to
poet
get
or
over
a painter
yourself,
or a kickboxing
right?
world
And
champion.
then
or a
after that, it's
businessman.
okay.
You
Well,
get to
why
decide
did those
on
air
all the
balls
different
happen?
characters in the video game. You can
Got
choose
it.
who do I
I
want to
didn't
be,
have the
and then if you
legs.
actually try.
So you look at the
Actually
shot.
try,
Every
you can
shot
become
was
it.
online.
Isn't that amazing?
Every
You
shot
wake
was
up and go,
online,
you know what?
but
I
every
want to
shot
be
was
this
short.
kind of guy. I
Right?
knew
I
who
gotta
I
get
wanted.
stronger.
I want
I
to
gotta
be the
train
dude
differently.
pulling up in
The
the
weight
Lambo
training
3 in the
program that
morning,
I'm
gets
doing,
out.
I gotta
Everyone's like, who is this big,
tailor it
strong, rich
for
dude?
an 82
I wanted to be
game
that man, so I
season.
became
So
it.
that when the playoffs
And-
come
and
around,
if
my
you don't
legs are
want that,
stronger
if
and
you
that
want to go
ball
be
gets
a
there.
musician
So I look
and
at
play
it
guitar and
with rationale.
get a bunch of chicks and
Say, okay,
chill in
well,
Bali,
the reason why I
smoke
shot
weed,
air balls
whatever.
because my legs aren't
Go,
there.
you can
I
choose
go,
your
next year
character
they'll be
and
there.
build it.
The problem is as well.
I
it's
have to
difficult
do the
because
hard stuff
The way that
and
humans
watch
work, and
that
the way
game
that we are,
and study that
we've
game
evolved as a species.
to
is
not
that we
make
don't
those
really
mistakes over and
learn
over
lessons
again.
unless they're learned the
Just
hard way.
because you weren't
I
brave
believe
enough
that
to face
unless
it.
a
So
lesson has
gotta
taught
deal
the
with
hard
it.
way, you're
Gotta
not
deal
gonna
with
learn.
it. Face
You can
it,
have
learn
so many near misses.
You don't want to have that feeling again, do you? Right?
Bro,
So
you
you
must
gotta
know
really
a guy who
study
goes
it
out there,
patiently.
nearly crashes his car, nearly crashes
Not to say you'll win the next time, but you'll at least you'll give yourself a better chance. Yeah.
Like, this is how
It's
people
an
are.
obsessiveness.
Right? So you need that pain
that comes along with it. You want things to be as perfect as they can be. Understanding that nothing is ever perfect.
And it's the same with everything. It's the same
But the challenge is trying to get them as perfect as they can be.
Truthfully, if you want to learn a lesson
in your
about
control,
business, you're going to have to
so
suffer.
control what you can.
Right? So we always say that
develop
those
that.
people are not successful with their
Being
first
blessed with
companies,
the
X, Y, Z,
physical
blah, blah, blah. I get that.
tools that I have.
Truth is, there's a lot of people who make a
Look
lot of
what my
money with their
career
first
be.
company, but they just
And
spunk
I
it,
made a promise to
act an
myself
idiot, and all
that
blows up in
day
their face.
that
And that's
I was gonna
and that's
work
how you
that
get the
hard every
discipline
single day,
on your
so
fourth
that
company
when
that
I
when you have
do
3 million in
retire,
the bank, you
I
just
have
leave
no
it there.
regrets.
You know, it's
Yeah.
and don't
Dreams
be
is,
done with
it should be
So
pure.
you need to
I think a lot
go
of
through some
times
pain. You need to
we're born into
experience
this
some
world,
negative
we
things.
actually
You need to
wind
have
up going
to a
backwards.
degree some trauma
And it seems
to really
like
even learn any
the more
lessons.
we
So
mature,
that you make sure it doesn't happen again. I
the
really
more
think that
responsible
humans
our
are stupid
dreams
enough to
become.
only learn the hard way. That's kind of
The
how
more
it works.
governors we
The
put on
saying,
ourselves
if you
and
know
our
what you have,
ability
you
to
ain't got
dream
much. That is
and to
completely-
reimagine.
I don't have a clue how much money.
And it's always
When
a
I was
fight
broke, I
for
knew
us parents
exactly how much money I
for you
had.
guys to
117
make sure
pounds
that
in
your
that
dreams
West.
always
And
stay
that was
pure.
it. I'm
So
poor,
it's not a
rent
matter
paid, I ain't got
of-
nothing else. When I was broke, I knew
pushing
exactly how much I had.
beyond.
But now I'm at a point where it gets really difficult to truly measure how much money I have. Because you have cash, okay, that's easy. Even then, once you have a healthy respect for money, once you get past a certain amount of money, you don't need it. Like there's no point in me having 50M liquid in the bank. Why? What am I going to buy? You know, you're like, as long as you have whatever you have in the bank to run around the world with, you have enough. So you try and put that money to use, right? You buy assets, XYZ.
I don't believe I believe in discipline and divine purpose. People who ask about motivation are basically saying, I don't feel like doing this. How do I feel like doing this? And the answer is, the true red pill is, you're never going to feel like doing it all the time. Sometimes you're not going to want to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. If I were to tell you to go fucking surfing or skateboarding or driving a Ferrari every day, there's going to be days you wake up where you just don't feel like doing it, no matter how fun it is. That's life. But if you do not do it and you don't feel like it, you will never perform against the person who does it regardless of how they feel. You have to make a decision. Forget about the idea of motivation. Forget about the concept of it. Throw it away and decide who you are. And this is a genuine task for you all to complete. Go look in the mirror, look into your own eyes and decide, am I a fucking loser or am I a winner? Because if you're only going to do what you feel like doing, you are a loser. That is the definition of a loser. A man who only does what he feels like doing is going to lose against the people who perform regardless. If you lose, what are you? A fucking loser. I decided I was a winner, and I knew what it took to win. To win, I have to perform day after day, so I decided I'm going to do this every day, regardless of how I feel. Some days I'll enjoy it, some days I won't, some days it'll be fun, some days it won't. But I'm going to do it every single day to the best of my ability. I will not allow my emotional state to affect my actions. That's what winners do. When you've agreed to fight on the 13th of July. That day comes around. You might feel like fighting. You might feel like kicking someone's ass. You might not feel it. You might be a little bit sick. But it's the day. The arena's booked. You have to fight. So you don't get to say, well, I don't feel like it now. You don't get to lose and tell people, well, I didn't feel like it on that day. You just have to do it. You have to be good enough on your worst day to beat your opponent on his best day. It might be your worst day. It might be his best day. You still have to fight. You still have to win. That's the end. So if people ask me about motivation, I'll make it very clear. I said, listen, motivation has nothing to do with any of this. This is about who you are. It's about your purpose, your divine purpose given to you, dictated by God. Are you the kind of person who lives a life worth living, or are you a loser? Now, watching this, there's going to be some of you which fall into each category. You're not all winners. You're in the right place. But some of you are probably still lazy losers. That's the reality.
I made the choice to do it all. For 10 years of my life, I was never comfortable because I put myself through hell. I put myself through hell because I decided to throw comfort away. Men think it's okay to just become comfortable now. You're not supposed to be comfortable. You were never evolved to be comfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. If you were born 100 years ago and it was the 1920s, you'd be in some ditch in northern France, living in the fucking mud, hoping not to get killed by a random sniper in some bullshit war you barely understand for 4 years. Then you'd come home and hope your wife hasn't been bombed. That's the world. The world has become exceptionally easy for a lot of men. It used to be a different place. Most men were cannon fodder. Most of us would have ended up in wars, dying for fucking no reason. And me as a man, when I put myself through hell, when I have had such exacting, such stringent standards for myself, why would I then have less exacting, stringent standards on the people I meet? Why would I put myself through hell to be me and then meet someone who didn't put themselves through hell and then treat them like my equal? No, f you. I suffered when you didn't. So you're not my equal because you decided not to suffer. You have enjoyed comfort when I haven't, and that's fine, but don't expect me to look at you as my equal because you're not. I'll snap your fucking neck.
I can never be depressed if I never slow down. Speed is extremely important. Speed defies gravity. How does a plane fly through the air and defy gravity? Speed. It's moving too fast to fall. If you're always attacking life, if you're always doing things, if you're always making more money, if you're always traveling the world, doing this, doing that, new car, here, there, new podcast, reading James English, boom, boom, boom.